I don't want us to be atavistic when we are preparing our evaluations. I want us to use our noodles and make sure that our evaluations for our fellow speakers are rich with words that really describe what we experienced. I want people to know, how did their delivery go? I also want them to know, what did I hear? What did I see? And what do I feel? Fellow Toastmasters, my talk tonight is quite a short one, so this will be quite a challenge. I know that some of you are new to Toastmasters, so I thought this might be a very opportune moment to refresh everybody's memories and tell people who've never heard of it yet how we do evaluations for speeches. Now, I use a system called See, Hear, Feel. It is one way to do evaluations. There are lots of ways, but I'm a big fan of just learning one way, kind of nailing it, and then looking at other ways. My husband doesn't agree. My husband doesn't follow instructions. He doesn't like recipes either. He's not allowed to cook. He's quite the anarchist in the kitchen. He is. He's definitely atavistic in the kitchen. And I don't want you to feel this way, where it's all just sort of spilling out of you. I want you to feel like there's some structure. Now, hopefully you've all got something to lean on. Do you need a board, Peter? Oh, you've got one, great. I want you to perhaps use the back of your agendas, which should be blank, because I'm going to ask you to draw and write something. A lot of people tell me they don't know how to write down the notes themselves when they're listening to a speaker so that they can do the evaluation report afterwards. They find that very challenging and they find it a bit rushed and I can't get everything down. And I just want to share with you what I do. So on that blank piece of paper in front of you, I want you to draw a line. I'm going to show you a very wobbly diagram now. It's wobbly because I tried to draw it on the computer. And I don't have a trackpad. So whichever orientation you've gone for, it could be landscape as well, I want you to do 2/3 and then the line. So 1/3 for this area, 2/3 for this area. That's that vertical line. Okay? And then I want you to draw a line going across the page the other way. This time you're just going to do it in half. So that's this line you're drawing, okay? Literally bisecting that page into 2 halves. And then you're going to put a line there and there so that you'll end up with 4 equal chunks. Does that make sense? 4 equal chunks going across the page. Now, they're called See, Hear, Feel and Summary. If ever you decide you want to go on and compete in any kind of Toastmasters contests, this is a format that will help you to perform well in those contests. But I reassure all of you, you don't ever have to compete if you don't want to. It's something people like to do because they're masochists and they want to do things that are really hard to stretch themselves, that kind of thing. And we've got a C and an R here. What do you think those are for?
Command and recommendation.
Yes, commendation and recommendation. The commendation is what worked well. And the recommendation is that nugget of improvement, that suggestion, that enhancement. Do you notice the words that I use? I don't say the thing that went wrong, the thing you're going to kick yourself for later, the thing that didn't work, the thing that was rubbish, the thing I must do, should do. We don't use words like that. They're not helpful to our brains at all. Our own little inner chimp's doing all the kicking already. We don't need to feed it with more words. So when we're looking at somebody speaking on stage, we are literally going to just look at our page and go, great. The first thing I can do is notice, how are they moving their body? Are they using the stage at all? Are they coming over here to talk to this side of the room? Maybe they've made their point. And they've come over here to talk to this side of the room. using the stage really well. It might be they're using some gestures that really add to what they're saying. If they were talking about something that was really tiny, that would work well, right? If they went, it was tiny, you might find a moment, a nugget of improvement to say, when you said it was tiny, I actually felt that that would have been a more helpful gesture. It would be more congruent with what you're saying. Doesn't that feel like a helpful nugget? Similar with here. What words did I use? Did I select words that were appropriate for the audience? And what I mean by that is, we have to remember that not everybody has English as their first language. So as much as I love to be very Stephen Fry from time to time, using all these beautiful long words like discombobulated and concatenated and all that sort of stuff, people look at me and I could just see them glaze. What does that mean? So it's really good to use long words, but you have to explain them straight away. So if I was to say, you know, it's ubiquitous, and people go, I don't know what that means. You know, it's everywhere. Because that's what ubiquitous means. That way, everybody's on the same plane. So you don't have to dumb things down. You can use your beautiful language, but make sure you're also explaining it to make sure that everybody knows what's going on. And also, did I use variety in my voice? If I was doing dialogue, did I do the voices? I don't know, Sam, did you do the voices? Maybe you're using your body to represent ages. What do you think, Mum? Well, actually, Sam, see how I've brought it to life by sort of doing a bit of acting. You can catalogue the things that you see here and say, did that work? Did that add to it? Did it really boost it? Also, it could be that it wasn't quite there. Great moment of recommendation. Feel. This is about content. Did they get to the point? Was there a structure? Could I follow it? Did it move me? Inspire me? What did it do to me? And then a summary is literally you pick out the points that you want to highlight again at the end. And that way, you don't have to keep rewriting your notes. They're all there for you. So when you give your report, you're always going to want to end on a high note. Start with a high note and put some yummy stuff in between. Hopefully this will help you with all of your future evaluations. Thank you, that's it.